If you are an artist, creative, or healer who is finally ready to start showing up on social media consistently, this video is for you. If you apply these 9 tips, I promise you'll be able to show up consistently and confidently. You will be able to go viral. You'll be able to attract agencies. You will be able to be monetized quickly. You'll be able to grow your audience in a way that is genuine and actually attracts people who support you and get you. How do I know this? Because I've done all of that and I have learned the hard way through trial and error and experience. I cannot tell you how many times I have cried out of desperation trying to figure all of this stuff out. And I don't want you to have to do that. So let's just get into it. Number 1 is probably the hardest, but it is also the one that is completely and totally within your control. And it is overcoming self-doubt. This is different from not having self-doubt. When you're starting, you literally have 0. You have nothing. You have no evidence. So of course, you're going to doubt yourself. Like, can I do this? Is my content good? Can I actually start to grow? This isn't working. How can I make it work? How can I find the time? Should I just do something else? All of those feelings are completely normal. And experiencing self-doubt means that it actually is meant for you. Every successful creator that I know has gone through a time where they experience self-doubt. The only difference between people who succeed and who don't is that they keep on creating content even though they doubt themselves. So to expect to start making content and not experience any self-doubt is a fool's errand. When you do experience doubt, just remember, I'm in good company. This is what all of the successful creators that I look up to also have gone through. At the beginning, you probably won't believe in yourself, and that's okay. If you keep going, the belief will come. You have to find something within you that propels you to move forward and continue to go on even though you doubt yourself. For me, it was loving music so much and knowing that all I wanted to do in my life was to make music, and knowing that in order to have to do that, I needed to have an audience, so I had to build an audience on social media. That was originally my motivator. And since then, it has completely evolved into this bigger thing, something that's even bigger than myself and something that I honestly consider to be obedience to God. I know I have to use my voice, not just my singing voice, but the things that I want to share to help alleviate suffering for others. It's one of the reasons I'm making this video. It's one of the reasons that I put myself out online and have the courage to do it, even though I get literally so much hate, so many people in the comments telling me that I'm absolutely worthless and nothing. It's crazy. But it has created so much character within me, and it has developed me in ways that I literally could not have comprehended at the beginning of my journey, and it still continues to do so. And now I don't have any doubt. It doesn't mean that it's not hard. I still have a lot of goals that I haven't accomplished yet, one of them being a full-time content creator, but I've experienced enough momentum and enough success to know that it's an inevitability. Just remember that content creation is a skill. It's not necessarily something that comes naturally. All you have to do is to have a desire to be better and to continually work on it. And if you do, you can literally outperform people who may be naturally confident in front of the camera. I wasn't. Oh my God. Some of my first videos, I was so awkward and so uncomfortable in the camera. I was like, it was honestly so painful. But I continued to do it, and here I am literally making money from it. Literally making money in my sleep from content. Insane. So always remember that it is a skill. And when you're developing a skill, you are bad at it at first, but when you continue to do it, you get better. But you will not get better if you don't do it. Simple, but I wasn't thinking like that at the beginning. I was just like, why are my videos not popping off? Girl, because you've only released 25. Come on now. Think in your head, I have to at least release 100 pieces of content before I even start thinking if it's good or not. You just have to put the reps in. And if you're an artist, creative, or healer, it probably means that you want to make a business from doing the work that you know you're called to do. And fortunately, we have something like content that can expose you to the people who are meant to find you. You have to see it as a gift, not a curse. Tip number 2 is you have to make it a part of your lifestyle. This is something that needs a little bit of massaging. I carry a tripod wherever I go, and you have to kind of learn to get over feeling embarrassed of other people looking at you and thinking, oh my God, is she making content? Because honestly, no one's actually thinking about you that much at all, and people don't care. And if they are, who cares? Probably you, but it's okay. You just have to do it anyways. Feel how embarrassing it is and say, oh, I'm actually a strong enough person to be embarrassed, and being embarrassed is completely tolerable, and I'm doing this so that I can get my work out into the world and so that I can connect with the people who need me. That's worth being embarrassed for a couple of minutes. So especially at the beginning, it's probably going to be bad and it's going to be like really uncomfortable. Just film as much as your life as you possibly can. Like literally the most normal, boring parts of your life, just film it. And you'll start to get used to what kinds of shots you like to get, or like what your aesthetic might be, or how you like to edit. Like you have to go through the process. You can't just say, oh, I want to be immediately successful. Like you have to do it. But if you keep putting it off because you haven't conquered number 1, which is overcoming self-doubt, then the process is just going to take a lot longer. Number 3 is one of the easiest and simplest things that you can do, and it is to remove the word hate. I hear so many people say, oh, I have a love-hate relationship with social media, or the algorithm hates me, or I hate social media. Remember that words are spells. When you say it hates me or I hate it, that is indicative of a mindset that you have, which definitely is going to come out in your behaviors. If you hate something and you're speaking hate over something, it's not going to be successful. You literally need to train yourself, like Pavlov dog it, and say, every time I say hate, I just cannot, like police it. Just remove it entirely. Ideally, you replace it with love, but it might feel a little bit uncomfortable at the beginning. But that is honestly so simple, but just train yourself. Like, don't say hate. Don't say hate. I can't say it. No. And that leads me to my 4th tip, which is you have to treat content creation like a relationship. Like actually think about it like it is your partner, like it is your boyfriend or your girlfriend. We want our partners to be deeply curious about us and studying us. What is she like? What is she not like? How can I, love on her and give her all of her favorite love languages? We have to do that with social media. How does the algorithm work? How can I improve my hooks? How can I improve my editing? Really learning about it and putting in the time and effort to really cultivate and develop that relationship. If you're not putting in the time to actually get to know social media, like do you actually want it, or do you just want what it can give you? That's not a good relationship. If you only want to be in a relationship because of what it gives you, not what you can offer it, and not even wanting to get to know anything about it, that is not a strong relationship. It can't just be about the money, or it can't just be about the PR or the trips or all of the glamorous stuff that is associated sometimes with content creation. It has to be about the value that you offer to the platform and to the people. Which brings me to my next tip, which is to act on your creative ideas immediately. You have to develop a bias for action because most artists, creatives, and healers have a bias for analysis. We want to think through it. What should I do? Oh, what if I do this? And plan, but not actually produce content. You have to post it. Like you actually have to do it, which I know is so simple, but it's actually a really difficult thing. It was for me. So you want to, of course, get to know it like a relationship, but at the end of the day, you can know it all day long. You can know that person's love languages. You can know that they love chocolate or they love the beach or whatever. But if you never actually plan a date, but you know, and you just keep studying, you keep preparing, you keep getting to know, but you never actually do, then none of that knowledge matters at all. So it has to be both. And if you're going to pick one or the other, it's do. Do. Post. Like learning from action is going to get you there so much faster than learning from studying. Trust me on this one. Which leads me to my next tip, which is if you want to be a content creator, unfortunately, you do have to create content. I know that that sounds silly, but at the beginning, I was wanting to be a content creator so bad, but it was really hard for me to show up consistently. And I had to really think to myself, okay, if I want this, do I actually like creating content? And even if I don't, am I willing to put in the work to figure out how I can start to like content? When you're stuck in your head and you don't know how to find a way out, just remember, you have even say to yourself, oh, if I want to be a content creator, or if I want to be an artist, or if I want to have a successful business that connects me to clients from my online presence, I actually have to post. I know it's really unfortunate, but you do. My next tip is whatever platform you want to grow on, make sure that you're active on that platform. When I started to post on YouTube for the first time, like several years ago, when I wasn't growing at all and it just felt like a grind, I was doing 2 YouTube videos a week and it felt like suffering. And while I was doing that, all I could think about was, why aren't people liking my stuff, or why am I not growing? And I wasn't actively commenting on other creators' pages. I wasn't subscribing to other channels. And so really that principle of do unto others what you want to be done to you, you need to be commenting on posts. You need to be subscribing to channels. If you want people to repost your Instagram post, you need to be reposting other people's Instagram posts. Like, it is just a part of it. I promise you that energetically it shifts so much. Start commenting. Start liking, start sharing, start doing all the things that you want people to do to you, to others. It'll literally change your mindset. And I don't know, there's some magic in that as well. And my next tip is something that seems really obvious, but I do feel like I need to put it in here. At the beginning, especially, you have to develop a blindness to the results, which is followers or subscriber counts and like counts and view counts. Stop thinking about it entirely. You cannot use that as a metric at the beginning. When you see those likes, views, or subscribers, if those things actually keep you from posting, that is the litmus test. If it keeps you from posting, you cannot look at it. Once you can look at a video that doesn't perform well and you can objectively look at it and say, okay, why didn't this perform well, without it affecting your ability to put stuff out onto the internet, then you can start looking. But if it affects you, blind, completely blind. I don't know how many subscribers I have. I don't know how many followers I have. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is that I am committing to putting stuff out, doing it. And my last tip is just to remember that the first 10K is the hardest because it requires some experimentation. You have to get to know yourself. It's about you developing as a person, you developing as a creator, you finding out and discovering what your genius is, discovering what your gifts are. And I'm still doing that right now. I'm not at the point where like, I know that every one of my videos is going to do really well. Like, there's still some things that I need to be tweaking and understanding, but it's exciting because I'm like, oh, this is actually a self-development journey. It's a commitment to myself. How can I show up whether or not other people show up for me? How can I prove to myself that I love myself and I love my art and I love my life enough to commit to this journey and to know that success is inevitable for me and I am willing to do the work. You really just you have to be willing to do the work. And time is going to pass anyways. Say it takes you a decade. Okay, you're going to be a decade older anyways. Might as well commit to something that could actually change your life forever. And after having grown on Instagram and seeing my YouTube channel grow, things get easier. And no one can take away the skills that you develop. Even if I lost all of my subscribers, all my channels, God forbid that happens. But even if it did, I know that I could rebuild it back because I have the skills. I know how to do it because I've put in the reps and it does get easier. Oh my God. Going from 2K to like 7K. Oh my God. It was so painful and so slow. But going from 10K to 20K was actually a lot faster and a lot easier. And going from 20K to 30K, oh my God, that was like so fast. So things get faster and faster and faster. And I know that I'm on a journey to being full-time and then to being at 100K on all the platforms that I am putting my energy into. I know that like 50K to 100K is going to be so much easier than 1 to 50K. Like, that's just how it works. It compounds. Your effort compounds. Those are all of my favorite top tips that I know. If you're at the beginning of your content creator journey, if you actually apply all of these, you will grow so much faster than if you don't do them. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. If you personally have any tips that you think are so important that I didn't mention, I would love to hear about them in the comments. And that is all for today's video. I will see you next time. As always, love you so much. Goodbye.